Chapter 10. The First Seed of a New Forest. Weeks passed, and the mornings in Leo's home had completely transformed. Breakfast was no longer a silent ritual. Dad's phone stayed quietly in his pocket, replaced by questions like, "What big plans do you have for school today?" Mom no longer sighed quietly, but smiled, gently saying, "Thank you, Leo." These were small changes, easy to overlook, but for Leo, they meant everything. Every warm word, every shared glance, was like sunlight spreading across frozen ground, making him feel as though his entire world was gradually warming up from within. Then the teacher announced the annual Youth Voices speech contest. This year's theme, a meaningful wish. The classroom instantly filled with groans. But in Leo's heart, a quiet spark ignited. He remembered the dim forest, a strange creature with feathers and a creaking bridge deep within his mind. He raised his hand. "Teacher, I'll participate." Everyone turned, whispers rippling through the room. Leo, who used to make himself invisible, was volunteering to stand in the spotlight. On the day of the contest, Leo wore a simple white shirt with the wooden token pinned close to his chest. He could feel its warmth against his heart. He wasn't just Leo anymore. He was a keeper. "Hello, everyone," he began, his voice clear and calm as he stood on stage. "I once had a wish. I wished that the arguments in my home would stop." The entire hall fell silent instantly. He could feel the weight of everyone's attention. "I used to think a wish was like a birthday gift or a magic spell, something you just wished for and got. I went on a journey to find magic," he said, his gaze finding his parents in the crowd. They sat together, not just side by side, but truly connected. They smiled and nodded, their faces full of love. But there, in the forest of my own heart, I learned something. Magic isn't something you find. Magic is something you build. It starts with a choice. Choosing to be the first one to say I'm sorry, choosing to put down your phone and truly listen. That's the hardest part, and it's the most important part. He held up the smooth wooden token. "This isn't a souvenir from a magic forest. This is a promise I made to myself to be the keeper of my wish. But I slowly understood that no one can keep a wish safe alone. We need each other. Maybe your wish is to hear a kinder word at home, or to have someone hold your hand at recess, or simply to have the courage to speak out, like I am now. Those wishes are seeds. They can't grow in the dark." His gaze swept over the faces of his classmates. "So today, I want to make a new wish. I wish that we can become a forest of keepers, protecting each other. Let's help each other's seeds grow." When his speech ended, applause thundered through the hall. It wasn't just polite clapping, it was a heartfelt echo. Later, as he packed his bag, a boy named Jay, who usually sat alone in the back, quietly approached his desk. "Hey," Jay mumbled, looking at his shoes. "You spoke really well." "Thanks," Leo said with a smile. "You said, the part about your house being cold." Jay's voice was almost a whisper. "I get what you mean." For a moment, neither of them spoke. This silence wasn't awkward, it came from understanding. Leo reached into his pocket, his fingertips touching the wooden token. An idea sparked. He pulled out a smooth, small stone he'd been keeping as a good luck charm. He handed the stone to Jay. "Here," he said. "Now you have one too. A promise." Jay looked up, his eyes wide with surprise. He took the stone, clutching it tightly. A shy, touched smile spread across his face. "Yeah? A promise." On his way home, Leo felt like the entire world was different, brighter and more connected. His heart was filled with a deep, steady peace, the feeling of finally being home after a long journey. He realized that the Wishing Woods wasn't just a place he had visited. It was a place he could now create, right here, with his own hands. He was no longer just protecting his own wish. He was planting the first seed of a new forest, right in the center of this world. And he knew, with crystal clarity, that he wouldn't be its only keeper.